Hi and welcome to my channel Emmanuel Arts. My name is Priyanka. Today we are going to do this wonderful painting. This painting is based on the Indian tie-dye method called Bandhani, and I have tried to bring the process of Bandhani onto canvas, and it's amazing tie-dye technique. They tie each and every knot, they tie knots and then dye the fabric to give it a beautiful effect. And today we are going to paint it on canvas. So let's see what materials you require. For the tutorial for this painting, you require any variety of acrylic paints plus black and white. You need thick brush. You can use either a flat brush this size or a flat brush this size, whichever is easier for you, and liner brush. Also you will need one U-pin straightened at one end, aluminum foil or a palette for your paints, and a tissue paper or a rag cloth that you require for wiping the brush. So let's jump into the tutorial and let the fun begin. So let's begin with the tutorial. I have already gone ahead and done two colors, and I am doing my colors in circles. So I'm going to show you my third color that I'm using. Just take do not use any kind of water. Just take direct color onto your palette, or I'm using aluminum foil, and color directly. So you just go. It's okay if it overlaps the previous color. That helps it blend. So just color around it. It doesn't have to be even on all sides. It can be thick on one side, it can be thin on one side. It depends on how you want it. There are other ways also you can paint it. You can paint vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines. You can also do waves and chevrons. For my painting, I'm using 8 colors. You can use 2 colors, 3 colors, something that matches your decor. It totally depends on you. This painting depends on what suits your color choice, your decor, how you like it. So this is just my way of doing my liking color. The colors that I like, that's what I am doing here. You can do however you like it. If you want to color up your room, light up your room, say your room is dull, it has all the plain colors, and you want something colorful, then you can use a rainbow color or as many colors as I'm using. And if your room has too much color and you want to match that, you can use whatever the decor color you have. So this is my third round. I don't have even on all the sides. It's thick on one side, it's thin on one side. Just make sure you're not using any water. That's the most important part. You don't add no water to the paint. Okay, so this is my third round. I'll do one more round for you, and let's see which color I'll use. I'll probably use green. So you wash in between and make sure that there is no water left on the brush when you start coloring the next color. Okay, so, and this painting does not require much color. It may be a couple of blobs of paint and you are good to go. You can make one circle. It doesn't take much paint. So just paint, and it doesn't matter again if it overlaps or mixes with the other one. It's okay. and make sure you smooth out all the paint. There are no lines left, lines of thick layer of paint is left around. Just smooth it out all around. So as the circle gets bigger, you can see I'm using more paint, but you can make the circles as small or as big you want. So if you are doing 7 colors and you finish all the 7 colors, then you can go back to the first color that you used and use it again. You don't need to panic that, oh, I'm done with all the colors and still there's spaces left. So this is my 4th layer. I'm going to finish the board coloring my canvas offline and I'll be back. So I went ahead and completed the coloring of my background. I repeated the colors here, the yellow, orange and bright magenta, because I came here and all my layers of my color were already done. So it's okay to repeat the colors. Obviously if you're doing just 2 colors or 3 colors, you will have to repeat the colors. Also, if you think that your color is too watery and you need to it's too light and the canvas is showing, you can go ahead and do the paint again over the same part of the canvas. So that's about the background. Then I went ahead and drew a picture. Here it's of flowers and leaves. You can draw anything. You can draw swirls, you can do maybe just the leaves or branches and leaves, anything that you like. You can draw mango shapes, anything you like, and anything that is a big form, you can draw that. So now we'll go ahead and see the effect of this painting taking place. I'm taking white color again. You don't need to mix any water in the color, and take the smaller brush, the fine tip brush, and take some color, and all you do is you make a square, make small squares and color it. They have to be similar in size. I know they cannot be precise and exact, but they have to look similar. Make sure they are not too big and not too small. They are just about the right size. And once you leave some space between two squares that you make. And make sure that the color of the background is not showing up on the white, in the white squares. Also, if it does show up, you can double coat the white box, white square. It doesn't take much paint, and as I said earlier, this painting doesn't use much paint. It is very easy and it's fun. So you can just, so you draw the squares on all of your outline. So going to finish this circle, doing the squares. And also make sure they are not, they cannot be exact in size, but they have to look similar. They cannot be one too big and one too small. They have to look similar. Also make sure that the gapping between the two squares is almost even. It's not too far somewhere and too close somewhere. Also follow your drawing and draw the boxes accordingly. Do not worry if they are, one is slanting and one is horizontal or one is vertical. It has to follow the drawing lines. Okay, so this is the circle. This is how you do the squares. I will go ahead and finish all of the squares on all my painting and come back. So I forgot to mention earlier that whatever form you draw for your painting, it has to be double lined. To give the effect for this painting. So say if you want to make a branch of a tree, you draw one line and then you draw another line. Okay, so this is the branch of the tree. Make sure that the distance of the two lines is enough for you to draw two squares of white and they don't touch each other or they don't merge each other. But say if you come closer up here, you can draw one square and one square, but make sure that most of the part of the form is double lined and they are far enough for you to draw two squares. Also, if you want to make leaf, you can make a leaf shape and another leaf shape. Then you make squares, one square here and one square here. When you come to the top, you make only one square and then start on the other side. Okay, making swirls is, again, make one swirl, then you space it some further distance and then make a second line for that swirl. Again, you can touch the top of it, but as you go down further, you make the swirl thicker so that you can draw two squares. You can also draw fishes. You can draw a mango form, which is, say you draw something like this. This is like a peacock. Then you can draw another line outside of it. Because of space constraints, I'm not doing it that far, but like I said, you have to draw the lines far enough for you to draw two squares properly. You can draw fish, you can draw elephant, you can draw camel, peacock, anything you like, you can draw and use this technique. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my painting and I'll be back with further details. So I went ahead and completed all the white squares throughout the painting, and what I did is I also made some flowers in the background with some single squares all around the background. What this does is it sums up and joins the design together and brings the picture as one, instead of the flowers being randomly everywhere onto the painting. So what I did is I just took white paint, and the same way you make the squares for the whole painting, I just randomly made a 6-petal flower in the background, so it gives a better effect rather than just being plain and too much empty space on the painting. So I did not pre-draw this flower. Flowers or even the squares, I did not even put dots where I want to, but you can do it if you want to put dots, and make sure that you draw the squares in specific areas. But I just randomly did squares and flowers wherever I felt like. I even made flowers in the center of the bigger flowers. So like here it's a smaller corner, so I'm just going to do a half flower, maybe center square and 3 squares for the petals. So this is what brings the design together. Now the final step for this painting to give the actual effect of the Indian tie-dye texture is that I took a U-pin and straightened one end of the U-pin, and took black color, dipped the end of the U-pin in the black color, and then made a dot in the center of each of the white squares. This dot is what gives the tie-dye effect. Usually the tie-dye always has a center dot and a center dot of one color and then the white square around it. It can be any color, but because I used a rainbow of colors in the background, I chose black as my center dot. So I'm just going to do dots. If you feel that the dots are too big, all you need to do is take a paper towel and wipe the end of the U-pin and dip the U-pin again into the black color and start making the dots. So basically that is it. I hope you liked the tutorial. Please give me a thumbs up if you did like my tutorial. Subscribe to my channel for more of such videos, more wonderful creative ideas, wall art ideas, different painting techniques. Every week I upload a video every Monday, so please do subscribe, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.